So if you're riding down the road and you see someone riding recklessly, let's identify whether it's an e-bike or an e-moto. Really important so that we get the right law for the right vehicle. I have both e-motos and e-bikes here, and I'm going to show you the difference visually in 2 to 3 seconds. So you can apply this as you're riding along and you'll know if it's an e-bike you're mad at or an e-moto. Well, one of the ways you can tell is the daylight test. What's the daylight test? There's a triangle formed by the top tube, seat tube, and down tube. And when a person is riding this, you can see daylight through it. Also the saddle. That's a big indicator. And if the fender hugs the rear tire. E-bikes. Here we've got Charlie on an e-bike. See this triangle? You can see daylight. This is called the daylight test. If you look at the side of an e-bike, you can usually see daylight through it. All right, now Charlie's on an e-bike again, but it doesn't have that triangle. That's because it's called a step through. Still, you could see a large amount of daylight between Charlie's body and the bike. Daylight. This is an e-bike. Okay, Charlie's on an e-moto. See how different the e-moto looks? Let's do the daylight test. Can we see daylight? Is there a triangle and can we see daylight through it? No. It's got a very hefty midsection, and the reason is there's a gigantic battery in there. E-motos need big, big batteries. Also, take a look at the tires. Knobby tires. Also, fender does not hug the back tire. Also, suspension. Can you see the coil suspension like that? That's an e-moto. Has pedals. That has nothing to do with it. What matters is this, the daylight test. Can you see through it? Okay, this is a smaller one. So that's bigger for adults. This is a smaller e-moto. So let's take a look at it. Does it pass the daylight test? Not really. I mean, you got that little thing, but look, the battery. That is the battery, by the way. It's huge. Knobby tires? Yep. Fender hugging the rear tire? Nope. So that's a big indicator. And suspension coil. Again, this is how to determine an e-moto from an e-bike when you see somebody riding one on the road. E-moto, e-bike, e-bike. Hey, here's another good way to tell. I had ChatGPT work this up for me, but it's pretty cool. Got the frame on a bike, e-moto, very, very different.